Hey everybody, it's Sirant from ukulele123.com coming at you today with a combo video. In the first part, I'm going to play a song for you using my newly updated and improved Banjo Ukulele that I made myself from an old mahalo neck, a daddy hand drum, and a few bits and pieces. I've discovered the secret to not only keeping this thing in tune, but to actually making it sound like it's supposed to. It actually, in my opinion anyway, sounds like a real banjo ukulele now, and I couldn't be more happy about that. So I'm going to give you a little sample of a song I've done in the past with my daughter, but this time I'm going to give you the solo banjo ukulele version. In part 2 of the video, I'm going to show you how you can make yourself one of these really nifty, cool, kick-butt banjo ukuleles that are horribly expensive to buy online, but you can make one yourself for under 50 bucks. So here we go. Here is Tonight You Belong to Me, banjo ukulele style. I know you belong to somebody new, but tonight you belong to me. Although we're apart, you're part of my heart, but tonight you belong to me. Way down by the stream, how sweet it would seem once more just to dream in the moonlight. My honey, I know, with the dawn that you will be gone, but tonight you belong to me. Way down by the stream, how sweet it would seem once more just to dream in the moonlight. My honey, I know, with the dawn that you will be gone, but tonight you belong to me. Tonight you belong to me, just a little old me. There we go. So that's the banjo ukulele version of the 1920s hit Tonight You Belong to Me. How can you make one of these things yourself? Now, if you've watched any of my videos before, you know I made this from an old mahalo $20 soprano ukulele. These things are cheap, they're available anywhere. Mine, when I brought it to China, the bridge broke and the wood cracked on the body, so I stomped the body off it and preserved the neck. I painted it, of course, but I kept the neck and put some nice tuners on it, actually, because it used to have the little crappy plastic ones. Anyway, so I had this neck lying around and nothing to do with it, and I decided to try taking a daddy, D-A-D-I, hand drum. They're very cheap. This is an 8-inch. I paid about $5, well, probably about $2, but you should be able to get one back home for $5 to $10. The nice thing about these is they do look very banjo ukulele-ish because they've got the head tuners on them, right? It looks kind of nice. And having the head tuner at the back here is really nice if you decide to buy yourself a string fastener, a string connector that actually hooks onto it, which it does. That is the actual proper hook for it, so it looks really good. Or you could simply just put screws into the wood of the drum and attach your strings that way. Either way. I also bought a bridge but you could make yourself one. You could whittle one out of a piece of wood very easily. Now, one of the problems I've had with this ukulele in the past, and one of the reasons I haven't made many videos, is it just didn't sound good. At one point, I had a back on here, which really muffled the sound a lot, and I didn't like that. You really lose the banjo-y twang because it didn't have a reverberator in it. Okay, so as you can see, I've taken the back off. Now, as you can also see inside here, you might notice something funky here. I've got a couple felt picks and a chopstick. That's a disposable wooden chopstick. I know I can't find proper wooden doweling here, and until I do, this is going to have to do the trick. Now, why do I have that in there? Now, in the past, I didn't understand why people even had the brace in there. It didn't seem to make sense. It wasn't providing much support to the drum itself. However, now I've come to realize what the purpose is, or what I think the purpose is. Now, if you'll notice here on the uke, I've got the bridge way back here, almost to the back end of the drum. Now, in the past, I had the bridge up here, more towards the middle. And the reason was simple. When I tuned the uke with the bridge in the middle, it would put slight pressure on the skin, but not much. However, when I moved it back to what should be the proper position, it would put such a divot in the plastic that I knew it was just a matter of time before that sucker snapped the plastic and I'd be out of a banjo ukulele. Because the way I've built this sucker, I don't know if you can see here, it would be very, very difficult for me to get the new head on there if I did buy a new head. So that was my big concern, and that was why I kept the bridge up here. And because of that, it sounded like shit. It sounded terrible. If you finally got it tuned so that you could play chords up on the first 2 or 3 frets, it was not bad. But anytime you moved past the 3rd fret, it sounded like garbage. It did not work at all. However, the general rule when making a ukulele is the distance from the nut to the 12th fret, as you can see here, is the distance from the 12th fret to the bridge. And if you do that, if you have your bridge set there, that really changes the intonation and allows you to tune it properly. Now, I'm very happy to say that not only do I have it tuned, but it stays in tune, and I consider it to be 150 times more playable than it ever was before. Now, like I said, my big fear was snapping the plastic skin on this drum. I put stickers on here front and back in the hopes of preventing that, but then I thought, well, let's take a look at this support idea. So like I said, this is a wooden chopstick. That's why it's got some flex in it here that I've glued in using popsicle sticks just to hold it in place, and 2 felt picks, because I never use felt picks anyway, and I always seem to get them whenever I buy ukuleles or ukulele books. So I've put 2 felt picks underneath this brace, right at the same spot that my bridge is. And that way, it's keeping my skin almost flat. Not quite, there's still a slight divot, but it's way, 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 way better than it was before, when I was afraid that at any moment it was going to go snap and my banjo ukulele be done. And it hasn't affected the sound at all. So I'm thinking with a proper sized dowel across here, if you laid it out flush to the skin, that would prevent the bridge from damaging the skin. Or you could put it in and then use something like a felt pick or something soft actually to give the drum head some support. Since I've done that, I've left it in tune instead of cranking down the tuners every night to make sure it doesn't snap the skin. And as you can see, relatively new strings, so they still need a little bit of work, but it sounds 150, 200, 300, 1,000 times better than it ever did before. Like I said, you want to build one of these things yourself, you have a couple of options. I'll show you what I did. Like I said, an old broken ukulele, I took the neck off it, and that's what I've used as mine. It's a soprano. Ideally, it should probably be a concert or tenor, but this works. A cheap $5, $10 hand drum. Now, the string fastener on the back here, I ordered online from a website, and the bridge I ordered online from a website. And you can also order from my good buddy over at Mainland Ukuleles, neck kits. If you don't want to use a broken neck or break a ukulele just to get a neck, for 35 bucks you can buy a real mahogany neck kit with a rosewood fretboard, the frets, real frets. You actually have to put them on yourself, which is, it's a little bit intimidating, but it's fun too. So you get the neck, you get the fretboard, you get the frets. Then you can pick yourself up some tuners, either cheap ones or nice ones. You can pick up bridges, nuts, string fasteners, all these things from Mainland Ukuleles. And I think if you buy a nice, I think the neck kit's about 35 bucks. Each of these pieces, 5 to 10 bucks. So you'd be looking about $40 to $50. Pick yourself up a hand drum and you're looking at a real banjo ukulele. The reason I say a real banjo ukulele is there are websites out there that will do exactly that. They will take a mahogany neck from a neck kit, a daddy hand drum, put them together. They'll put a brace in it and they will sell it to you probably for $200, $300, $400. They're very expensive banjo ukuleles. Of course, if you want a real super heavy resonator banjo ukulele, you're looking upwards of $1,000. So banjo ukuleles are incredibly expensive. If you want to go the low budget route, like I said, pick yourself up a $20 uke or a used uke anywhere that has a decent neck on it. Snap that neck off or cut it off. Do it gently. Put it on a drum. You can make your own bridge. You can whittle it out of wood. You can put some screws into the back for the string fasteners. And you're looking at a $30 banjo ukulele. That will sound just as good as mine. Probably even better because this one was 100% experimental. I didn't do it justice, but like I said, now it works. You've heard the song. I think that it sounds okay. I think it sounds very banjo ukulele-like. And I did it all myself, saved myself hundreds and hundreds of dollars by taking a little bit of time and figuring things out. So there you go. I hope you like the song. I hope you like the banjo ukulele. Look forward to more banjo ukulele videos coming in the future because I'm having a hard time putting this sucker down. I've always wanted a banjo ukulele. And I was so disappointed before because I had a banjo ukulele, but it didn't sound like a banjo ukulele. To be honest, it sounded really crappy. But now, I've got a real sounding instrument. And maybe you don't think so, but I do. And I hope you'll go out and make your own banjo ukuleles and make some videos and show me some videos of your banjo ukuleles. And most of all, have fun with it. Anyway, my little yellow Ant brand banjo ukulele. Go visit my buddy over at Mainland Ukuleles. The link will be here and over in more info. He can set you up with necks, kits, bits, pieces, strings, and also very beautiful high-end real wood ukuleles. Give him a shout. Make yourself a banjo ukulele. Send me a video response. I want to see your banjo ukulele when you're done. Whether you're using a tin can, a hand drum, a cigar box, whatever else. I'm curious. I think it's a great project, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot, guys. That's the next banjo ukulele song to come.